Welcome to Missing the Magic, your husband and wife Disney duo. Michelle is the pixie-dust optimist, cheering for warm churros and stunning fireworks. Joe is the grumpy realist, calling out lines and prices that miss the mark. We give credit where Disney makes magic and call them on it when they don't. From parks to cruises, films, and food, clear takes and sharp laughs await. Skip the fluff, keep the fun, and get tips for a smoother trip. Grab your ears, bring your backpack, and let's find the magic together.
So we're back for our next episode. We've done all of our walkthroughs, day-to-day walkthroughs.
Right, each day.
We did our Haunted Mansion episode.
Extensive Haunted Mansion.
Extensive Haunted Mansion, yes.
More so than probably some people wanted to watch. I don't know. You don't know.
You know what? To each his own, right?
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk about, we wanted to do a walkthrough of the ship itself. And you went around, you did a lot of footage while we were on the ship.
Right. I never actually went to every area. I kept meaning
I discovered
to.
that when I put the movie together.
Thanks. Just, you would think being on a cruise for 7 days,
You'd have time.
But really, we were busy doing other things.
We're busy cruising.
We were enjoying ourselves. And I think
And there's enough stuff on the ship to do. So
absolutely. If you come off the ship and you're bored and you didn't have anything to do.
Which is what my fear was, getting on the ship for 7 days.
Right. So
it turned out to be completely unfounded.
Right. You can be the type of person that is on the go from morning till night. You can be the type of person that casually gets up and just kind of goes with the flow.
Yep.
A little bit in between. So
we don't have the whole ship.
Right.
There are certain sections we kind of went through and arranged this in a way that kind of made sense, that we can talk about a couple of the highlights. Some of the stuff was things we discovered. Some of the stuff was things you discovered on the tour that you did. So let's get into it.
Sure.
So the first area that we're going to talk about here is basically the first thing you see when you get on the ship is the Grand Hall.
The Grand Hall you walk into and all the majesty of it.
It is Aladdin theme, so you have to go and rub the lamp. That's important.
I did rub the lamp.
I did not, which was kind of sad. I never got back to do that.
And you were on a ship for 7 days.
And I was on the ship for 7. See, that goes to tell you, I had so much other stuff to do.
Right.
So the lamp itself is out there to rub, but it is part of the interactive thing in the entire atrium itself. Mm-hmm. So when they do the shows in the atrium and stuff like that, or they do the goodnight kiss, you get sparkles that come down because it's over by the stairs, and it'll come down around the stairs and it lights up the lantern and stuff like that.
Right.
And then next to the lantern is the hero statue, which is Aladdin and Jasmine on the carpet.
Right.
Which is life-sized, by the way. And it's quite an impressive feat where they're just sort of suspended in air like that.
Yeah.
That was really neat to see that. And if you really like it, you can go to the gift shop and get the, what was it, $35,000?
Something like that. I don't know. I think it was featured in one of our other
Yeah. They actually have a model, not a model, but a crystal mock-up of it.
Yeah. And obviously during the evenings with, the different photos, there's usually always a photo op by it as well. So
the one thing you get from the main hall is the overall theming itself, which, I mean, you're talking ceiling down to the carpet.
Yeah.
It's themed. In fact, there's 3 levels to it. There's a winding staircase that comes down. And what's neat is if you look at the top of the staircase, there's a fountain that's in the carpet, and that fountain spills water out down the stairs all the way down to a puddle on the very bottom. So it's really neat to witness.
So they make it look like it's a fountain that starts from the top and goes all 3 levels down. So it's very creative how to do that. And it's all
decorated to Aladdin. What else did we have on the Grand Atrium?
So they have the tribute chandelier.
Oh, yes. You learned about that.
So that was actually one of the things in one of the tours. When you look at the chandelier, there's different characters around the chandelier, and that represents each one of the different ships within the Disney fleet
Right.
of cruise lines.
So they're the hero statues from all the other ships. It's those characters that are the centerpieces for each of the other ships, which was really neat.
Right. So that's very interesting to look at. And then the common events.
Yeah, like one of the things that you did was like they do a lot of stuff there. Like you did the Jungle Cruise adventure there, where you were with all the other kids and didn't get any adults in your party.
That's okay. Somebody had to be the adult. But they do different concerts there. Yeah. When they had formal night, that was kind of the main area.
You can go and you can meet the
different
crew, the captains out there and stuff like that, which was neat. All the photo shoots are done out here.
Yeah.
What else did they do out here? They did, what was the one where they had the drinks?
That was the formal night.
That was, okay, that was formal night. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the only night that you can get alcohol for free.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff goes on.
The only complaint that I had about it was they have a tendency of blocking the central staircase off.
Right.
When they do pictures. So you have to find alternate ways of getting from floor to floor.
So if you're already a level or two up and you want to get down where, let me just take the staircase, in some cases, they do have it blocked off for the photos.
And just for navigational purposes, that bottom floor in the Grand Atrium is also where 1923 is. Scat Cat Lounge has a bar that's on the atrium side as well.
Right. That's the access to the kids' area, the kids' area, which unfortunately we kept meaning to do the tour of that. Even though we didn't have kids, we still wanted to go to see it, and we never got around to it. So yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And then because we did Halloween on the High Seas, they had a special tree, and they actually have it for the Christmas one as well.
Right. They do a Christmas tree, but they had the Halloween tree. And certain nights of the cruise, they do a story time.
Halloween story about the tree.
The tree. And
so they had all pumpkins decorated. What were the pumpkins?
So the pumpkins were different Disney characters. So you had characters from Aladdin. Was it anybody else besides Aladdin? Looking at the
we're looking at it now, and
it looks like it was all Aladdin characters.
Which I guess that makes sense.
It would make sense because it's a tree on technically, the Aladdin ship. So yeah.
So we talked before about the fact that they had a bunch of little spots and bars and getaways and stuff. So one of the first ones, which is actually off of the main atrium, is the Skipper Society. We didn't spend a lot of time there.
Right.
It's kind of weird because it's not like a room.
Right.
It's kind of in a common space between the two sides of the ship.
Right. So you can get at it from either side of the hallway.
Yes.
And the other thing too is so it's never closed off. So you can't say this is an adult only event like some of the other lounges that they could do. But they used it a lot for a lot of the family arts and crafts
stuff.
Or the trivia contest were going on there.
And they have a small stage there too. And that's where we first sat to watch the doublooners.
Yep.
So it's kind of a cool little area there. You pop in, get a drink. Don't order a beer because apparently they ran out of beer there. But you can get a Diet Coke. That's all I can vouch for there.
For Diet Coke.
Seats weren't very comfortable, unfortunately. They had a hodgepodge collection of
there were very different seats. There, the one areas that they had kind of off to the side were kind of like gazebo.
Yeah. A little booth in the one area there in the corner. Well, it was neat because in the
booth
in the one corner, the one gazebo corner, they have a really cool parrot chandelier there. That's worth taking a look at.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's also worth noting, and I mentioned this before, but I have to grab a picture of my rock band. We play Rock Band 4 a lot, and we made our own characters. Well, the character that I made my character, 6 years ago or whatever. And my character, and I play bass on Rock Band 4.
Yeah.
My character was a spitting image for the bass player for the doublooners. I'll give you a side-by-side shot of that in the video when we produce it.
That was funny.
I got a kick out of that. But it's neat. The whole thing is themed. It's themed like Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. So you feel like
which was kind of cool.
Yeah. And the parrot lamp was really kind of
Yeah, it looked
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool effect.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next area we had was a Scat Cat. We talked a little bit about Scat Cat.
Yeah, that was one of your favorite little.
It was a nice little hideaway. It was quiet.
Yes.
It was never overly crowded.
Mhm.
I could get a beer there, and it was cold, so
Right.
that was important.
It was cat themed.
It was cat themed, so it was good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it wasn't over the top steeped, which I kind of liked. It was very subtle.
Right.
Like if you look at the top of the piano, there's the little cat paw prints on the piano and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And what was nice was when you went into it, because they had doors, you didn't hear all the hubbub from outside
Right.
in the main hallway. Whereas with the Skipper Society, because you were out in the open.
right. Like we were sitting at the Skipper Society one night, and you've got lines and lines of people on both sides lining up for
Right.
that.
So you could hear everything else that was going on. But what was nice was when you were in Scat Cat, you couldn't hear anything else that was going on. Or if you were outside of it, you couldn't hear.
Right. Yeah, it was
It
very good
didn't-
sound isolation. That's
Yeah.
why it was kind of like a nifty little getaway.
Right. Right.
And Lori, who was the pianist that played there, was actually not very confident,
Right.
but she was very talented.
Yeah.
She didn't think she had much of a voice, but I think she had a beautiful voice when she was singing.
Yeah.
And she tried not to sing as much
Yeah.
as possible,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
We didn't see her as much as we had wanted to.
Right,
That was
right. And
another
she had a
thing.
lot of shows, so I totally understand her trying to save her voice from show to show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Scat Cat was a nice spot.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next one we had?
So now we're going to talk about artwork.
Oh, so it's worthwhile to mention it. The ship itself is a floating art museum everywhere. I mean, I'm talking massive murals at all the stairwells. Obviously your art of Disney that you can order and stuff, but just literally everywhere you walk is
There's
beautiful
something.
original artwork.
Yeah.
And it's almost worthwhile touring the ship just to take in all the artwork.
And that was honestly something that I had wanted to do at some point, was just do all of the stairwells
right.
to do those murals, and then just to walk the various floors. And I did some. I got a good portion of them, but not nearly. I don't even know what percentage. Probably not even 50%.
And it was such a variety. It was stuff that was movie based. It was stuff that was based on the ship itself.
Right.
So there was literally something for everyone there. Like if you're a Haunted Mansion fan, they had at least one of the paintings, two of the paintings from the Haunted Mansion you could actually get from the lounge.
Right. And they actually had, so they have the whole Art of Disney on Demand.
Right.
Basically everything that you could go online and order. And they had probably 10 photos from the Haunted Mansion parlor as part of it. So,
and even your restaurants had artwork associated with them. The Marble restaurant had the brass reliefs that were outside of it that were really cool. 1923 had all the classic animation stuff in it.
And 1923 had like maquettes and
even Marceline Market. You go to the Marceline Market and they had artwork up there. It was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the only place they didn't really have artwork was out on the pool deck, I think.
Yeah. Probably the only place now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Every place. Even when you got off the elevators, there was artwork, digital artwork that was right off the elevators.
And that was also part of the game too, was there would be the digital artwork, and when you would go and play with your Magic Band or your Key to the World card, the artwork would change and do something. So that was...
When you went to Coco's, you had that long hallway to walk down, and they had various pieces of artwork and sculpture, and it's all themed stuff to the restaurant, obviously.
Right.
But it's just so unique. Like, you've never seen anything like that anywhere else.
Right. Yeah.
They did the big altar tribute to the grandmother like they had for the movie.
Right.
But just some really interesting sculptures and artwork that they had there that got you into the mood before you even walked into the restaurant. That was
you kind of knew
super themed.
Where you were going by what you saw.
Yes.
One of the murals was actually a living mural.
Outside the Marceline Market.
Right.
Yeah.
It was the moss and stuff. So that was
and even in the rooms, like you've got these massive murals that are over the bed with special lighting, and if you have the kids with you,
Right.
when they pull down the bed, there's an
mural
overhead
up
mural up
and
there.
we never got to see what that looked like
No.
for ours because we had we should have had our room attendant just bring. Can you just take this down just so that we could see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Obviously, my favorite was the animated Steamboat Willie that was at the end of the one hallway, right where the elevators were,
Right.
because I actually have that animated artwork in our house.
Yeah,
so
animated cell. Yeah.
yeah, so that was
Yeah, it was neat to see a big version of it.
yeah. I was like,
That was cool.
okay, so how do I get this home?
Yeah.
Where do I put it?
So after you worked your way through all the distractions,
Right.
then you get to see the rest of this ship.
Mm-hmm.
So the one area that we've talked about as a disappointment was the Quiet Cove itself.
Right.
They definitely could do better. I've never been on another Disney ship with the other adult areas, but
Right.
everybody that I talked to had the same complaints. It was too small.
Right.
There weren't enough
This
hot
one was
tubs.
too
The
small.
pools were too small.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think they had a big miss on the Quiet
And
Cove.
fortunately, the day that we went, it wasn't overly crowded.
Because we went when we were during a port day.
Right.
That's why.
So, right. That's what I'm saying. If we had been an at sea day or something
Well,
else,
Basically, any other day we tried to go to the Quiet Cove and it was packed,
well, yeah.
which was unfortunate.
Yeah. So we made it the one day at least. So there's that.
Shopping. So you've got shopping for the masses and you've got shopping for the 1%ers.
and the shopping for the 1%ers is on the main
Yep.
the main area. That's where the very expensive jewelry stores are. The very expensive clothing store. You're not going to get something for under $50.
Yeah, well,
Or under
the $50
under
I think is what the bags cost.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it was funny because I'm not wearing it today, but I have a fake diamond Mickey ring, and somebody saw it and they were like, "Oh, did you get that on the ship?" And I'm like, yeah, mine was like $10. Oh, here's the Aladdin that we were.
Yes, the
real
mortgage your house to buy Aladdin carpet.
Yeah.
And
$3,500? No, 35,000.
35,000 I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
And it is stunning.
It's beautiful. I wouldn't know where to.
I would be terrified to
it.
try and get it home. I mean, I would hope they would ship something like that.
Yeah.
With an armored car.
Right. Exactly.
So if you're looking for the Haunted Mansion stuff, it's worthwhile to note that it's in not the normal store that you would see. The one store
Right.
that's right off of Coco's is like the standard store.
Right. The one that's off of Coco's, that's your typical get your spirit
That Mickey's
teas.
Main Sale is what that one was. Yeah.
Right. Get your pin,
Right.
ornaments, depending on what time of year it is.
All the expensive stuff
Right.
was in the medium level store, by
Right.
the way.
Right. Right.
Not even the high-end jewelry
Go
store.
figure. And then there was another store that we never actually went into, which was more your beach.
The Forget-Me-Not store.
Right.
That's actually up on the pool
That's
deck.
by the pool deck.
And it's basically anything that you need, sunscreen or anything like that, goggles, all that stuff. It's stuff that you would have normally brought with you, but you can't really bring on a cruise.
Right. Kind of surprising that there aren't more gift shops
Yeah.
with as gift shop centric as
Yeah, no
Disney
tchotchke,
is.
like souvenir, not that many
Right.
souvenirs and stuff like that.
right. Like I'm pretty sure when we go on our next cruise, I'm probably only buying a t-shirt.
Mhm.
Just, a cruise shirt or something.
That's because there's no Haunted Mansion there.
Well, that's right, but it's just like I don't know, there's just not because they don't offer as much either.
Right.
So
Right. Which
yeah.
helps. And what they do offer is expensive.
Right. So it's kind of like,
Yeah.
and you got to bring it home with you. You can't ship it back. So
Right.
anything that's big, you have to have a way for it to get home.
So the one thing we didn't take advantage of, and for shopping, just an afterthought there, that shopping's only open on sea days. It's not
Right.
open when you're in port. So
Right.
just-
Anytime you're
just a caveat
Right.
there.
But when you do go to Castaway Cay, there are shopping areas.
Yeah, there's a
On
couple
there.
shops on Castaway
And for that,
Cay.
you have to use your key to the world card. You can't charge it back to a credit card.
Right, or back to the room.
Right. Whereas, well, that is back to your room. Your King of the World card.
Oh, I mean on your, you can't use your Disney.
Right. You can't use your like Disney Visa card or your Disney Rewards. Whereas on the ship, anything that you buy, you can either charge it back to the room or you can use your Disney Visa or your Disney Visa Rewards or a gift card or something on that. So there's that.
Anyway, outside of shopping, there's 3 theaters. There's 2 movie theaters, and then there's the Walt Disney Theater. We didn't watch any movies while we were there.
Nope. We kept needing to, just to...
What was the one that they had that was the first run one?
It was Fantastic Four and Freakier Friday.
Right. Neither of which I really cared to see.
But they had other movies that were going on too. And again, because we were there it was a Halloween cruise, they had some Halloween themed movies too. And we just never got around to it. We kept saying we were going to go just to at least see what it looked like, but we didn't.
Right. But
next time.
They do have refreshments outside, the very classic theater style candies and popcorn and drinks and stuff like that.
The popcorn bucket, you can do $2 refills of it. And you can bring an older popcorn bucket. You don't necessarily have to have one that you bought on the ship. They will do refills of older ones.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what was the next thing we had up?
So we had shuffleboard.
Oh, yes. We found this by pure accident. Was it deck 4, I think it was?
I think so, yeah.
So outside on deck 4, you were looking to find a way to get up to the front of the ship.
Right. Which I never actually did, because the one day when I did try going, it was so windy, I thought I was going to be blown off the ship.
Yeah.
I had to take my ears off because my ears were going to blow into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did find that there's shuffleboard available.
Which, made me feel like an old man on a
cruise ship.
1920s, cruise liner at that point, seeing the shuffleboard.
Yeah, that was neat.
But it was popular. Every time I went by, it was
somebody was always playing it.
And there's one on each side of the ship too, on that same layout, which was kind of neat to see that. It's like, traditional cruise fare there.
Yeah. So then you wanted to talk about guest services. Oh, there's a
there's a shuffleboard there. So the movie's not going to time up to what we're talking about, so we're not going to worry about that.
Okay, that's fine.
So guest services is up in the main atrium area, and that's basically your one-stop shop for anything that you need. You can get excursions done there. You can get reservations.
Well, and what's interesting to note from what I've seen, because again, it's been years since I've been on other ships, some ships, so on the Treasure, guest services and the excursions was in the same area. It might be 2 different people that you have to wait on.
Right.
Other ships, it's in other. They're not.
There's
always,
actual rooms for them.
Right. It's in separate.
Kind of like what they did with Vacation Club.
Yes.
Where you have walk in and there's a
right. So not every ship is set up the
right.
The
but for here, everything was on the main. Now the problem with that is that it gets crowded quickly there, and you walk around. Especially, we came around the one time they were doing the pictures,
right?
And there was this massive line of people,
right?
And we're like, "What's this for? What are they in line? It's Disney. You got to get in line, right? There's a line.
Just go."
And it turns out they were just in line for customer service, so they didn't manage the lines very well.
Right.
And then you had to get the luggage at one point in time and deal with crowds at the.
Well, luggage that was down.
That's right. That was all the way down the bottom.
That was down on the bottom when our luggage got confiscated.
Yeah.
And
nice.
I had to
contraband.
Let's figure out what our contraband was. But yeah, we only went to guest services once or twice.
We being you.
Me. Well, because once I went to the excursion line when we were trying to cancel our one excursion. Then I didn't have to wait too long. The other time, I don't remember. I know the second time, that was when we wanted to put our hold on.
You had to cancel, I think. Right. Well, and then you didn't go. Wasn't that where you went to get the reservation for the next cruise?
Right. That was where, like I said, that was definitely my second time.
Okay.
I don't remember what else I went to for the first one, but we went, if you want to do your $250 deposit to book another cruise, you actually don't need to go to guest services because it's in the app. Because while I was there, she basically said, "Oh, you got your phone with you?" Well, yeah, you trained me to have my phone with you. Oh, here, I'll show you where to go. So fortunately, we didn't have a lot of issues where we had to go to guest services. So that was good. And then the only thing we had to do with the excursion was because we decided we wanted to cancel the one. And because we didn't cancel it within 72 hours or 48 hours of getting on the ship,
which was not immediately obvious. I have to say the messaging on canceling excursions needs to be improved.
Right. So that was a little bit...
The only reason we wound up getting it canceled was because Tracy basically insisted that we go down and tell them about it.
Right. But even when I did, they still said it was still going to depend on if somebody else booked it.
Right.
So,
and then we got put on the waiting list.
And then we got notification that...
Right. But when we found out that it was 72 hours, we weren't even going to go.
Right. We were just going to whatever. And that's when our friend Tracy was like, no, go complain, and it worked out.
Yeah.
Obviously, for our next cruise, we'll look at the excursions. We might not even do excursions the next time around.
Well, we only got one port of call to worry about at Nassau.
Well, we have two. Well, we have Disney's.
You have the Lookout Cay, right.
Well, we have
Lookout Cay. Right. You're only doing one port of call that's not at Disney Island.
Right, exactly. So we'll have to look to see what's available and see if he even bothers.
What's next on the hit list?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Your favorite.
You can get coffee literally anywhere. It's only free up on the pool deck or during your meal.
Right.
But there's coffee shops. There's almost as many coffee shops as there are bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's such a blatant upsell.
Mm-hmm.
The one big claim to fame is they'll do the little etched or little stencil.
The latte stencil thing.
You can get all kinds of Disney themed stuff up there.
I didn't get any coffee.
I didn't either.
Well, you don't drink coffee. But yeah, I'm one of those. I only need to have one cup in the morning. Other than that, I don't need it any other time.
You get more than one cup, you get a little.
Right.
You get a little.
That's
jittly.
I don't. But yeah, if you're a coffee, I know at the Cove, they have some sort of card.
Yes.
So after so many coffees,
I think it's 5 coffees, you get a free one.
You get a free one. So if you're
a coffee drinker, get your card day one.
Yeah, definitely get your card.
And if you're a beer drinker, get your mug on day one.
Which you didn't do.
Which I didn't do until later in the cruise, and I was sorry for that.
Yeah.
The advantage of the mug is it's, I think, 4 ounces more than what the regular beer glasses are, the Pilsner glasses they give you.
Right.
So you get more for it. And when you're done at the bar drinking, you turn your mug in, they give you a card, and you can take it to the next place that you want to, you're bar hopping like we were.
Right, right.
What else you got?
Spa and salon.
Which we didn't do, but I think we should have done. I think you would have enjoyed that. If not, at least do the tour next time.
Right. And that was one of the things I kept meaning to do. And I almost thought about booking a massage, but I think also because I already get massages.
Right.
It was going to be much different than what I get at home.
Well, and I think the rainforest.
Well, the rainforest
for you.
Yes, and I've heard nothing but good things. But I don't know if I would have even been able to get.
And we couldn't. The day passes were sold out on day one, from what someone told me.
So that's the other thing too. But I think maybe when we do the trip in May, I'll look at doing at least treating myself. Maybe that'll be like my Mother's Day.
There you go.
Gift to do.
You deserve it.
The massage. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah. So obviously they have the full salon, the spa, various different types of massages and things like that, and they have a salon. So if you want to or need to get your hair done, makeup done, nails done, obviously it's going to be at a premium than your normal local.
Now, is that where the exercise area is too, down there?
That was by the spa. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an area. And you don't have to have a pass or anything for that. I think they do have classes that you had to sign up for and possibly pay for. But the regular equipment that they had, as far as I know, that was available. But the amount of steps that I got each day, I didn't need to get on a treadmill.
That's true.
That was for the overachievers for sure.
Yeah.
But not only do they have the spa and the salon for women, but they have a barber shop.
Yes.
But
not a barbershop quartet, which I would have expected. The barber's singing to you while they're cutting your hair.
But at this barbershop, you could do a whiskey tasting.
That's true. So during the day, they'll do whiskey. I'm sorry. During the day, it's a barbershop.
Right.
And at night, they do a whiskey tasting reservation that you can do.
Right. And I think they also they might have had some other event in there that wasn't the whiskey tasting, but some other drinking type.
Another drinking game. They were playing beer pong. Or was that out on the shuffleboard deck?
Right.
Just kidding. They didn't have beer pong.
Yeah.
But they also had Tangled for the kid. Not Tangled. The Tangled salon for the kid.
Right. They had a little salon for the kids.
So you have an adult salon, you have the kids salon, and they've got the Bibbidi Bobbidi
Right.
Boutique.
And then the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, say that 5 times fast, where not only could you have, the little girls get all dolled up as princesses, but boys
could doll up like knights.
Not like knights. They had it was just pirates, I think. I think it was pirate thing. But then girls could get pirates too. I didn't see any.
No.
But they had that, so they've tried to be a little bit more
They dedicate far more space to spas than they do to Haunted Mansion Lounge, and I found that offensive.
Well,
that's just me.
Yeah.
So, what else did we?
The last thing was the exercise, which we already talked about.
So that's pretty much all the ship that you and I saw.
Mm-hmm.
There were areas I'm sure that we missed.
Right. So, like we said, we definitely missed the kid area.
Yeah.
And that's at least one of the things. And even up until almost the last day of the cruise, they're still doing tours of it.
Yes, because it's an everyday sea day to do it.
Right. And
so the last day that you have is a sea day to get back from.
Right. And I kind of thought, you could only do the tour the beginning of the cruise, and then after that
and you can do the tours as many times as you want.
Yeah.
Because you can start the tour, do part of it, and then come back and do the tour the next time and do a different part of it.
Right. And that was also the same thing with the ship tour that I took. Unfortunately, I only took it the one time.
Right.
And I really would have enjoyed doing it multiple times.
As long as you get a different cast member to do it with, because they all have their own take on everything.
Right, exactly.
Which is nice.
So looking forward to that, at least on the next
cruise.
So
that's the ship from what we saw.
Hey.
And I think that's
a cat.
it. And that is a cat, which we didn't see, but it was on the ship.
Yes. Supposedly there was a cat that got on the ship in Florida.
Right.
And they caught it, and they were supposed to be releasing it.
Someone said, I heard someone tell me that they had seen them take the cat off in a cat carrier.
Okay.
Which tells me that must happen more often than not.
Right.
And they had released it on Castaway Cay because there's a animal shelter in the Bahamas that they take the animals to.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. So, hopefully the kitty got a home. We never...
Got a free vacation.
Got a free vacation. I'm sure ate really well. I can't imagine. Right? Would you like to go on a cruise? Yeah. Okay.
So, anyway, I think that's it for this one. And I think our next one, I'm sure everyone's eager to hear my bitch and complain video. That's going to be our next one.
Yes, this will be the...
I have to go back and find my manifesto that I sent to Disney with all my... and they're all constructive criticisms.
Yes.
It's not just out and out complaining.
And you really didn't hate it.
No, I didn't.
I would have to say, if we look back at your very first Disney trip.
Oh, we can't do that.
So if we go back and we look at that email you sent to Disney, I'm surprised you didn't get black.
Yeah, I know. Maybe my probation's over with at this point.
They look to see how much money you've spent since, and they're like, yeah.
All right, we'll let them bitch.
Okay, that's fine. You can complain all you want. Yeah, so if we look at how bad that was, you really didn't have...
No, I truly enjoyed myself on the cruise. My complaints are to improve things.
Right.
There was nothing that was flat out terrible or horrible.
Right.
Any complaints that I have are basically things that can be improved and improved for other people. It's not just, I didn't get this.
Right.
It's don't have 2 elevator shafts on a boat with 4,000 people. That's a really poor design.
Right. When you have 3 elevator shafts for
On 2,000.
2,000.
Right. It's just, it's stuff like that. It's just pointing out the stuff that your Quiet Cove is too small. So it's all stuff that everyone can benefit from. It's not just
right. So that's a little
complaints.
teaser for next time.
That'll be for our next episode.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, I think that's it for today.
Yep. That's it.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good day, everyone.
That's a wrap on this episode of Missing the Magic. If you enjoyed the mix of cheers and critiques, follow the show. Leave a quick rating and share it with a fellow fan. Have a question, hot take, or park hack we should try? Send it our way at comments@insightsintothings.com. Or call it and leave us a voicemail at 856-403-8788. Thanks for listening, and thanks to Disney for the memories worth talking about. Keep your ears handy, bring your backpack, and we'll meet you back here for more Missing the Magic.